like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crooks and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no end to sight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Right, man. Oh, man. Look at all you fine people in here. Man, it's good to see you. Crazy. Now, I told you. Now, live from Atlanta, Paul's horse neighbor, Yamaha's best friend, the man, the myth, the legend, Papa Nut. Good to see you, man. Oh, Wes, it is good to see you. It is good to see all of you. It has been a crazy day. The filings that have been coming out have just been just nonstop. I mean, I have seen absolutely nothing like today. Has been one mess of everything. Oh, I tell you this because last night while I'm streaming, I pulled up the docket and I saw that there were documents. They weren't loaded in yet. And we'll get to those later. Somebody's messing up really bad. And we're gonna show it because nothing like a little sunlight on it. But before we get to that, it's a shit show for sure. Oh, most definitely. Now, I did see that there was somebody early on that was in here, and I believe it was Fallen Hero. I saw that you put something in here. Thank you, Fallen Hero. I appreciate it. And I think there was a super sticker, and then there was something else that came in, and I did, for whatever reason, it didn't keep it, but it did keep Maybe Nots. And most definitely, let's hope this works because it's been acting funky lately. So here we go.
Welcome to
oh yeah, that feels good.
Every single day.
Oh yeah,
A new flavor of fuckery.
So good.
Everybody's such you see,
and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Thank you so much, Baby Nine. Oh, it's already up to 40,353. Man, oh man. They're just raising it for them, aren't they? And there it is. There's Fallen Hero with the super sticker. Thank you very much for that super sticker. I appreciate you. That's wonderful. Oh my gosh. It is all you have to do, hit the like button. And if you ever feel like it, you can just ease money over here, but it is never required. That's the beauty of my channel. It's been 9 months since we broke Shizzy. Evening, Shizzy, and to all you nuts. Yes, most definitely. Thank you, Cowboy. That was the other one that I saw. Yes, it has been 9 months since you guys got the banjo going, and it wouldn't stop. It just kept rolling. And I know you guys had so much fun doing that. It was quite an interesting night. And there were some people that got all angry. Well, I don't understand. It's all in fun. We like to have fun with this kind of stuff. Now there was a filing in the bankruptcy case, and I didn't go over all of the filings in the bankruptcy case in depth because there's a lot to be noted in this. And one of those things was the motion for clarification of an order reinstating a case. Now, this was written by Jeremy's bankruptcy attorney. Motion for clarification of order reinstating case comes now. Jeremy Hales, the debtor, filed Chapter 7 on July 8th. Now he's putting down a timeline here. Chapter 7, July 8th, 2025. No creditors meeting has been conducted in this case. On August 12th, Hales filed an objection to the debtor's claim of exemption. Now, if you're wondering what that claim of objection was, it had to do with there is no livable property. There's no livable space on that property. Now, there's certain things that are required for livable space. You have to have indoor plumbing, hot and cold running water, a cooking space, its own like kitchen kind of thing. A temporary structure would be a shed. No matter how you put it, a temporary structure is a shed. It's not a livable space. So those kinds of things, which opens it up, is that property livable? That's what the argument was back in September. There was an objection because she was basically saying, oh, well, you can't touch my property because it's homestead exempt. There is no homestead exemption on that property because there's no homestead. That might be why she's fighting so hard to get something on that property that's livable, but that's still only going to be a temporary structure. It doesn't fall under the homestead exemption, which is sort of where the fleas really just bent her over and just rammed it in like with no lube. It's pretty bad in that sense. And as much as it sucks, that's just the situation that they're in right now. Now, had the permits been completed, had they actually built out a livable space, because it's uninhabitable right now, they might have been able to get away with it. Now that and of course, Lynette never did anything about this, as much as she was offered multiple times. Like, there's ways that you can get your money back. The fleas have already said that they'll use that money to sue her. I mean, so she's sort of in a conundrum right now. Had she done something early on, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what all happens with this, because it's going to be bad. I mean, she's in a predicament, like a serious predicament on all of this. And I don't know. It's going to get crazier before it gets better. And we also have the Turn to Hurdles. I love it. Member for 10 months. Thank you so much. And Jen Thunder, thank you for the $1.49 super sticker. I appreciate you. Now, I also want to note that Debbie Baker had gifted a PayPal. Yes, I do have PayPal links also. So if you want to avoid all the YouTube stuff, you can always do PayPal. She gifted over there, and she's always been so kind, and she left a nice long thing on the last stream, and was just like, I can't type as fast. So she listens to you guys in chat, and she sends her love to you, but don't harass her. She's taking her time on typing in, but she sees all of the love. So you guys just be kind to her, and give her a nice big smile. That always makes her happy. August 18th, the court entered an order dismissing the case based on the debtor's failure to file required documents. Now, those documents still haven't been filed. In case you're wondering, that's part of what the court is looking at right now. She has a very limited time to get all of those documents in. And whenever I say all of the documents, she has to get in where that money came from, all of, where the money's being spent, how many people she owes money to. People that owe her money is included in that. And if she fails to file that, there's a big possibility they could kick this right back out of bankruptcy again. And then she's just looking off to the side. Well, but that clock is ticking down. It's less than 14 days now, because this is a couple of days old. So her clock is ticking really fast. And well, I don't know. It seems like her legal advice, which we'll get into later, is really screwing her over really, really bad. On or about September 4th, the debtor filed a motion to reinstate the case. Now, the court set a hearing on the debtor's motion to reinstate the case for October 7th. But that hearing, as we all know, was canceled, and the court took the motion to reinstate the case under advisement. On October 21st, the court entered an order reinstating the case. Now, you have to understand, that was October 21st. That was yesterday. Reinstating the case. The reinstatement order does not set a date for the creditors' meeting, which it has been set now. There is supposed to be a creditors' meeting. Does not set a date for creditors to file objections under 523 and 727 of the Bankruptcy Code. Wherefore, the movement requests the court enter an order just to clarify the reinstatement order, to set the date, the time of creditors meeting, set deadlines to file objections under section 523, 727 of the Bankruptcy Code, and for such other relief as the court deems just and reasonable. Now, you'll see these kind of filings, where they just put that in there, which is usually just making sure that the court is aware that there's things that are missing in the bankruptcy case. And they want to make sure all of that information gets in. Once that information is there, then they'll set a debtors meeting, people that she owes money to, so they can sort of whittle out all the shenanigans that are going on. Plus, the trustee is going to dig into all of the documents, see where the money came from, see where the money went to, see what it was spent on. Things like the fence. That was something that benefited her. Things like all of that lumber. Those are things that benefit her. So they have to track all that down, where those donations came from, where those taxes paid on it, all the kind of stuff that a trustee does. Now, this panics the fleas in the most desperate way. They're probably losing their mind right now, because it makes me wonder: is it intentional? Is there something going on? Because I watched this, so you don't have to. So if you haven't checked her Facebook page out, she brought something up, and I went back and looked at it, and it was really interesting, because she was pointing out that the Doocy, it was in the chat. He wasn't on the stream, but he was in the chat. But she said that there was nothing there from the chat. Like he never put anything in the chat. So it makes me wonder, was he private messenger? Was he sitting in the back room and feeding her information to say, are they working together, or are they working together against Lynette? I mean, that's a serious question, because that would make sense why Doocy pulled the bullshit that he did on the 6th. is he's doing things to sabotage her. I don't have any confirmation of that, but it does look really, really, really crazy. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. You mean that pile of toothpicks under a toilet? That's funny. Yes. So I don't know what the fallout's going to be on all of that, because something smells fishy, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's like whenever we used to, as kids, put fish in hubcaps, and in the hot heat of the summer, you don't really notice it, but the smell is like there's something really going on. Yes, we were some bad kids. Don't judge. But there's something a little bit crazy going on there, because if he's talking with the fleas and then talking with Lynette, are they still working together? Is this all intentional? All of the shenanigans is something that they're doing this on purpose. I'm a little bit confused as to the dynamics of this relationship. I mean, is there something going on? It could be absolutely nothing, as far as I know. I mean, but there's going to be courts that are asking these kinds of questions and saying, hey, what exactly is going on in this situation? Because something doesn't smell good in Stinkville. Honey, get the cat's ass. I mean, there's just something that's not quite right, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But why would Deuce be talking with the fleas whenever the fleas owe Lynette money? Like a lot of money. We're not talking just, a few $100s. I mean, there's a lot of money at stake there. They've said that they're not going to give it to her. But then John Cook is still hanging out. I'm really confused why the guy that, she's sleeping in bed with is still communicating with them, but she's not. I mean, somebody's getting screwed here. That's all I can say. Ask Shizzy again about the GoFundMe. I don't have a GoFundMe. There's no GoFundMe. Yeah, there was 6 figures raised in her name. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easy. There was easy 6 figures raised in her name. I mean, like I said, I can sit there and speculate all night long, and I wouldn't be able to give you an answer, because until the trustee actually opens up all of that stuff, you're not going to have any idea. You're not going to have a single clue where that money's been, where it's been going, and if these fools think that like shipping it offshore or something like that's going to get them out of it. No, the trustees will just basically look at it. Trustee will look at all of those documents. They'll see that there was money that came in, see that there was money came out. I mean, they're experienced in this kind of stuff. There's not going to be any hiding from it. That's the thing. Once those floodgates open up, then maybe that's why they're trying to take it. I don't know. I really don't know. But of course, we get down to paint chips, because he's not the. Let's see. They stopped making lead paint based a while back, and the judge came in and said there is, and this is Judge Hinkle. You have to remember, this is not just believe, though. This is Judge Hinkle. This is the guy this is his realm, his domain. And if you guys are wondering, well, who in hell is Hinkle? Hinkle is the one that whenever Michael paint, Mr. Chips and Dip, or Lips, whatever, Lips and Chips, her husband. Yeah. The one that had that scathing 50-page document that just tore everything that he had to say down. This is the same judge. So he's pretty up on what's going on with the law, because he wants to make sure everything runs smoothly. This is where it gets interesting. Order overruling and striking the objections to the October 8th order, enjoining further inappropriate filings, denying the request to disqualify the magistrate judge, and requiring the plaintiffs to file a notice identifying the paint chip defendant. Second amended complaint identifies one plaintiff as Jeremy B. Hales and names 10 defendants. One defendant is identified as Paint Chip. It turns out there are both a Paint Chip Jr. and a Paint Chip Sr., but the complaint doesn't specify which one is the intended defendant. Well, Mr. Paint Chip Sr. filed 2 papers, ECF numbers 11617, each with a case style improperly added a disrespectful, plainly improper description of Mr. Hales. Participants in federal litigation are expected to be respectful of others and to express themselves temperately. Case styles are not open forums for introduction of viewpoints, or I don't like that you are putting things in there that are irrelevant to this case, even if the viewpoints are expressly, respectfully, temperately. Mr. Paint Chip Sr.'s improperly inserted viewpoints were neither. In other words, Paint Chip Sr., you're an effing idiot, because once we get past this first part of it, just the first part of it's bad enough for him to dismiss it. And he says, well, no, we're going to go ahead and go through all of your shenanigans. What is he saying? Well, magistrate judge entered an order on October 8th, striking the filings. ECF No. 119, Mr. Paint Chip Sr. has filed objections. ECF number 120, I have reviewed the order and objections under Federal Civil Procedure 72A, and the order is neither clearly erroneous, bad, or contrary to law. Instead, the order was correct. Striking the filings was proper. Paint Chip Sr. could not have possibly believed that a court would tolerate his improper insertion of material of this kind into style cases. Well, he should just have asked his son about, improper insertions. His son could have told him all about this. I mean, he's got tons of experience in those improper insertions. I mean, Bubba missed him. He's just wanting to get back in the thick of things. 4 other points also deserve mention. Not just one, not 2, not 3, but 4 of these improper points. First, the objections include the same improper case style. The objections have been considered in full, despite their improper style. So he said, I'm going to go past their improper style, and I'm going to read the rest of this. Despite the improper style, but this order strikes them and orders Paint Chip Sr. to use proper case style on any further filings and not repeat the inappropriate language in a case style or any other filing. Now, second, in his asserting his filings should not have been struck, well, Paint Chip Sr. says he has a First Amendment right to express his viewpoints he included in the filing case styles, and judge says that is nonsense. He is correct that his language, while perhaps defamatory, might not have been obscene, but that doesn't mean he could insert the language into the case styles, or even that he could include the language in any other filings. Filings in federal court are expected to meet a considerably higher standard than just not being obscene. Third, Paint Chip Sr. takes issue with the report and recommends description of him as a non-party. He asserts the plaintiff has deliberately refused to clarify whether he intended defendant is Paint Chip Sr. or Paint Chip Jr. On the question whether the filings at issue should be struck, the identity of the defendant makes no difference, other than to provide yet another basis for striking the filings if Paint Chip Sr. is not a party. But this order requires the plaintiffs to clear up any uncertainty regarding the defendant's identity. Fourth, Paintship Sr. says that a magistrate judge's orders indicate he should be disqualified. Well, Judge Hinkle says that is incorrect. Except where pervasive bias is shown, a judge's rulings in the same or related case are not a sufficient base for recusal. And for these reasons, well, it is ordered. The objections, ECF 120, October 8th, 2025, Order ECF 119, are overruled on the merits and are struck. The order is approved. Now, on the further filing, Paintship Sr., he must use a case style matching the original case style or using an appropriately abbreviated form of that case style without additional content. Now, Paintship Sr. must not include in any future filings the same language describing the plaintiff that Mr. Paintship's Sr. included in the case style of the filings that have been struck, or any language describing the plaintiff that is similarly defamatory, sexually oriented, or intemperate. Paintship Sr.'s request to disqualify the magistrate judge is denied. Now, by November 7th, 2025, the plaintiffs must file a notice unequivocally stating whether the defendant named in the Second Amended complaint is Paintship Jr. or Paintship Sr. Signed, Robert Hinkle. And he didn't mince words. Yeah, brother, good. God, you're welcome to come in here. You have a link if you want to, because we got a letter coming up, and it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a really fun one. Oh, buddy, because nothing says roasting Paintship Sr. and possibly Paintship Jr. like really, figures into this. What I'll do is I'll wait. And he says he has to eat something first. We'll hold off on the open letter until the man can get here. And if once he gets here, oh yeah, then we'll open up the floodgates for you guys. So you'll get that. I love it. Well, we gotta let the man eat. We have to let him eat. Now, this is where we get to the fun stuff, the real fun stuff that I was telling you guys about last night. Because whenever I first saw those, I was like, someone's made a boo-boo. Now, if you didn't see my post earlier, I posted just a little bit of the body of those emails. So if you want to go view them, you can go view them either on Facebook, you can view them over there on the YouTube, because they're sort of damning for this. I don't know how you would put it. Idiot, moron, dumbass. I mean, I can think of a million things to call him, but I don't know. It's bad. Let's just put it that way. It's pretty damn bad. I was surprised. I was surprised that the judge was pretty quick to put those in there. Pretty surprised that it was allowed. What happened to? I had a document open. It seems to have disappeared. Did I not finish it? Oh, it's gone. Weird. I actually had a document, but I moved it somewhere. I don't know where it went. I will find it, or I won't find it. It won't matter. It's still going to be good. So last night, these documents dropped, and today we have them. So as you can see, this is on October 6th. We used to call someone like BBB a stoner. We used to have other names for them, and they usually would, they were too kind. But I've tried to be a little bit more kinder. Just try. It's not hard. It is. I am capable of being just a little bit kinder. Maybe not the best, but Definitely a little better. There we go. Let me get my volume where it's not just blasting you guys' ears out. Oh yeah. Yamaha could read me a dictionary. Well, if he read you a dictionary, you would have more fun than we can make. Thank you, Shelly B. Yeah, he's got the great voice, and not as good as his brother. So as you can see, that Ducey filed this on October 6, 2025, sent it to Candace Thomas, which is the judge's staff attorney, or JA, judicial assistant. He also sent it to Jerome, which is her bankruptcy attorney, sent it to Lynette, but didn't include the attorney of record in this. This right here, even if he was her attorney, if he did something like this, oh boy, this would be a big problem. And he's putting in a proposed order so he attached a PDF. Okay. As you can see right here, this is, he's put in a proposed order. He's put in a PDF. He's also put in Shockett versus Board of Arkansas Law Examiners. So he's trying to bring up the same shit that he has been talking about. Yeah, Yamaha has a brother. He does really cool stories, like ghost stories and everything, morally inept. Now, here's the thing: if he's adding these kind of documents in, the judicial assistant hasn't included those in there because there's no need to. She's showing the impropriety of what he had done here. So on the 6th, he's saying that the bankruptcy is being reinstated, which is untrue. The bankruptcy was not reinstated. It never happened. Involving Miss Preston, well, it can be automatically stayed. I note that Mr. Shockett's proposed order denying the MPO far exceeds what was asked for. A simple denied order. No. See, this is the thing. You're not the judge in this case. You're not the attorney. You're not even representing her, or are you? So again, who's trying to tank the case? Who's using this for YouTube content? Who's actually the one that's trying to cause issues with the court? Because I guarantee you, Randy Shockett's been doing everything that's been asked of him. If he makes a mistake and the judge sanctions him, what does he do? He writes a check. He doesn't complain about it. He just moves about his day and continues on. It's just part of the business. Completely failed to appear. The false basis that Miss Preston completely failed to appear at a deposition. She did. There was multiple depositions that she was supposed to show up to, and she did not show up to those depositions. Also, that deposition was called for back in June? She was called in for a deposition in the initial Trespass 5 case. She didn't show up for that. And the next day, she dropped the case. But idiot here is so confused that he can't figure out what case he's talking about because they've caused so much bullshit to happen. He can't even keep it straight. He cannot keep straight. What did I have for breakfast? Man, I got the munchies. He hasn't been able to keep any of this straight because she did fail to show up for the deposition. She's also failed to provide anything in Fed 1 as far as discovery. None of that happened either. All of the failures that she's had have been, I can look at this now and say, this looks like it is Bubbles has screwed her up and over. He's bent her over a barrel and just gone to town. So who's really helping her? Because he was the one that is behind all of this. He's the one right here. You can see he is reaching out to judges ex parte. What was he doing in Fed 1? What was he doing in Fed 2? What kind of stuff was he causing in the thumbnail case? It makes you start questioning. And if he's doing it here and he's doing these kinds of shady things behind the scenes, where else is he doing it? Is he doing it in Larry's case? Is he doing it? Is he going after DUI, doing the same shenanigans in Kentucky? Is he doing the same thing with his cases that he's involved in and in his own home states? The ones where he's still barred? But see, here's where it gets really interesting because of him doing this. And the judge, was he doing this in Ohio? Because right now, this judge can come back and he can make a recommendation that not only does the state of Florida, Connecticut, Massachusetts, he can look at any state where this guy has applied to use his bar license and have a nice little sit down, and everybody will start looking at him. And whenever they start looking at him, what are they going to find? Are they going to find that he's done this in other cases? And if he has, oh boy, there's a whole world of ethics complaints that can arise. 4,000 for Mike Maricini, 4884. That's nice. Maybe not bad. Completely failed to appear at a deposition. Now, Preston filed an MPO the day before, and Mr. Shockett, knowing she would not be appearing. How would he know that she's not going to be appearing? How would you know that she's not going to be appearing? Which means that you're involved in the case and you're representing her. And now we know who the ghostwriter is for all of the documents. It's a giveaway, right? I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting whenever that comes out, that he's been practicing law in a state where he's not licensed to practice law. That is going to become a big problem. And I bet he was thinking that the judge wasn't going to save any of these. Now, Hales could make YouTube content. How would he make any YouTube content if you stop screwing up? See, now you just created more YouTube content for a whole bunch of people. Not only did you create YouTube content for me, for Tug, for Megan, for J-Hip, for anybody else that's covering this case, Coop, Rosalind Duke. You just created YouTube content for days because you couldn't play by the rules. Way to go, dumbass. You know, this is such a cowardly little thing to do. It is going to show the kind of simpleton that this person is, that they think that they can get away with this kind of stuff. Georgie, exactly. Georgie, Mr. Coop, Veterans Nation, all of these folks. It's going to, this right here is going to blow back on every single. Everybody's going to be looking at this going, you're telling me that the judge, he's emailing the judge? I mean, I cannot believe it. So what happened to his bar complaint in Connecticut? I don't know. I honestly don't know which one. He's had multiple bar complaints in Connecticut or Massachusetts, something like that. I mean, and bar complaints aren't uncommon from unhappy people. That does happen. And I have another case that I'm looking at right now where the attorney is actually under sanctions right now. He's got a bar complaint filed against him that's about to get like, yeah, he basically told the court to to piss off. Told the Florida bar to piss off. He hasn't responded to him. Debbie Baker, thank you so much, and send some love to Debbie Baker, everyone. That is very kind of you. She sent a wonderful $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Debbie Baker. So the shenanigans that's happening here, this is going to be absolutely insane. If and according to Jeremy from his stream earlier, if you haven't seen it, that Randy's going to be filing something in all of these cases because of this right here. It opens up a whole new can of worms, because this is going to be shown in Fed case 2 for his shenanigans, and showing that there is conspiracy, and there has been the whole time. Way to go, proving the point by playing this kind of game right here. He just showed the Fed 2 case that they're all in this together. So it's not me calling it. It's going to be the judge looking at this. Do you think that the Fed 2 case isn't going to see this? Well, he's playing with judges that won't put up with his baloney. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: judges immediately, and whenever they know about this stuff, they will put it into the filings. They have to. They have to put these things into filings, because if not, it can be shown as, God bless Debbie Baker. Yes, she's an absolute love. And it's that they just, if they don't, then they can get all kinds of trouble. And once the judge found out about this, she's like, well, here you go. It's got to be put in there. And it wouldn't be surprising if Randy files something that looks a little similar to saying, hey, it looks like these documents came in, and we need to make sure that they're preserved. We also need to probably will have a hearing over this. It would not surprise me that there's a hearing over this, just to make sure that the judge has been prejudiced one way or the other in this case because of this. Because somebody couldn't play by the rules. And it's not like Bubbles doesn't know this shit. It's not like he doesn't know. He knew well in advance that this was inappropriate. Yet he did it anyway. Good job. He could file his motion for sanctions based on the false basis. There is no false basis. He can file for sanctions whenever something's done inappropriately. Completely failed to appear when her pending MPO meant she could await a ruling. Not true. Not true. Shockit continues to abuse this court for the sake of clients' YouTube content. That's not true also. Shockit files according to what comes in. If Shockit knew about this, he probably would have had something to say. It's you, dumbass, that keeps screwing things up. I hope Judge Grobe is aware of the attached court decision about Mr. Shockit. And this is where he adds in the bar stuff from another state from the 90s. How long has Randy been practicing law in the state of Florida? I would not be surprised if the state bar doesn't look at him and go, you're in an active litigation, you're filing bar complaints for no reason. Activist. Sorry, I thought you understood the subject referring to the bankruptcy reinstatement motion that is being heard tomorrow. What? Because if Preston's bankruptcy is reinstated, all of the proceedings before Judge Grubb would be stayed. Mr. Hales and Mr. Shockett know this and are pressing all of these matters in a short period while the bankruptcy stay has been lifted pending the reinstatement. As you would do. These are things that have been sitting on the docket for over almost 2 years now. You want to get as much done as you possibly can so you can not waste the court's time, which is all that they've been doing. Delay, delay, delay. Can't be touched or looked at by anyone. Well, she's about to find out, Tweety. She's about to find out that I thought you could read my mind and knew what I was talking about. Yeah. All of these matters in a short period while the bankruptcy stay has been lifted pending the reinstatement. The judge was very clear. Now you have to understand, this is coming in on October 6th, the day before. The day before. How would he know that the bankruptcy was going to be reinstated? They were going to have a hearing on this. Didn't mean that the bankruptcy was going to be reinstated. And it really screwed him up because he thought for sure the bankruptcy was going to be reinstated on the 7th. And there's no way that Your Honor, you don't know what you're doing. You can't do what you think you can do. He just was telling the judge, you can't do this. It's improper. You're in the wrong place. You don't know what you're talking about. Does this sound familiar? That you've got these nice little what do they call them? They got attorneys in their families, so that makes them so smart that they've been screwing everything up left and right. Yeah, even so much as Super Dave is getting served by notification through the paper. And yes, that is how it works. That's the way it goes in the state of Wisconsin. So guess what? And here's the thing. Even if you decide that you're going to move, it doesn't matter. You will be considered served. And if you don't respond to it, you will be in default. Even if you move, because that's your last known address. And they've already proven that you've been evading service. Oh, the flea is about to get touched all over. Oh, yeah. That's disgusting. Too far for even me. So all the proceedings before Judge Growaby stayed. Mr. Hales, Mr. Shockett knows this. Are so pressing all of these matters in a short period while the bankruptcy stay has been lifted, pending the reinstatement. The judge said, move forward, make this judicially expedient and get it done. See, this is what drives Little Bubbles so mad, because he is all about prolonging the litigation, taking as much time that he possibly can in every single one of the cases that he gets in. He wants to delay. Why does he want to delay? Because then he can charge more money. Think about this. How often is he talking to her? If he's talking to her on a daily basis, that means that he's ringing up the amount of time that he's talking to her. And I would venture to say, what does he do? Talk to her a couple hours a day? Maybe 3, maybe 4. We'll just say for safety's sake that he's calling her twice a day, or she calls him twice a day, and they talk for 2 hours at a time. That's 4 hours of billing time. How much do you get paid for 4 hours of billing time? Well, knowing Bubbles and the kind of shenanigans he likes to play, he's probably charging her what, $600 an hour? Do that for 30 days. Starts adding up, doesn't it? Why do you think he wanted to get paid attorney's fees? Because he was going to add all of this stuff in there. This is how much time I'm spending on all of this. And it hasn't even gotten to trial yet. It hasn't even got past discovery in any of those cases. These cases haven't even got past discovery. Think about that. These cases have been going on for 2 years, and they haven't even gotten into discovery, where normally it would take just a short period of time to get to discovery. Each side would prove their point, and you would move on. Right now, we're hitting almost 100 pages in just one case. We're hitting over 200, almost 300. We're pushing 300 in Fed 2. We're stalled out in Fed 1, but Fed 2, it's pushing over 200 documents right now. I think we're on 271. I mean, think about how much delay, how much bullshit that he is causing. And that doesn't even touch the ice cube right there, because he's also pulling the same shenanigans over against DUI guy. What other cases that do we not know about that he's doing the same kind of stuff? How many cases? How much money do you think that he's raking in off of these? And the longer he delays, he knows that there's going to be a big payout at the end. They know there's no point to any of it if the bankruptcy is reinstated. Absolutely, there is plenty of point in it, even if the bankruptcy case is reinstated. See, what stupid doesn't understand is they go into bankruptcy, the bankruptcy goes through, and after the bankruptcy ends, guess what? Everything starts right back up again. Everything. I bet he hasn't told her that everything kicks right back off. And the Fed 2 case, it ain't stopping for her. Her part of it will be delayed, but the rest of it, oh yeah, it's still moving on. And they haven't even got to discovery there. How much you want to bet that money that was being used all of a sudden starts getting used for other purposes? Because it already has. They've already said that that's what their plan is. If they get sued by Lynette, that they're going to use that money that's not there anymore to sue her, to basically hire an attorney to fight her. Yet they couldn't hire an attorney to use against Jeremy. Really, really odd how that works, isn't it? He thinks he's going to get paid, but she's a poor, broken old lady. No, he thinks that Jeremy's going to pay him. That's what he's hoping for. And he's losing on all fronts. Everything that he's doing is causing even a bigger and bigger loss. And if you think that if you see this kind of stuff, that he's doing this with a judge, just imagine all the conversations and the emails and the conversations that Shara showed. And the fleas are calling her a liar. What do they have? What did they have on Bubbles? All the kind of little emails. I need you to do this. I need you to say that. I need you to word it this way. So how's all that working? He's one soap bubble too close to a fine needle. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Can't keep your eyes open. You get some rest. I have my favorites. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Get some rest. Unfortunately, in the Granger v. Preston case, they got you to enter. They didn't do anything. The judge entered a default because she was in default. By law, she was in default. She never filed a responsive pleading. You know, the guy that you were ghostwriting his shit for too. Yeah, the one you were telling him don't show up. Yeah, that guy. You know, the one that is no longer alive, that wanted out of this case. Yeah, that guy. He was the one doing all of the shit that you were telling him to do. Delay, 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 delay. This caused yet more filings and more need for Ms. Preston to act to prevent unfair prejudice from an incorrectly entered default. No, she was in default. The judge reviewed the documents. She's in default. She filed a motion to set aside. Doesn't matter. She was in default. And that is something that he just can't handle, that he overlooked. He was hitting the devil's lettuce. He overlooked it. And now they're in problems. And of course, because of the shit that she filed, she says, this case is not scheduled before Judge Grubb, talking about the bankruptcy. This case isn't filed before Judge Grubb. Thanks. See you. Bye. Now, I'm probably reading this backwards because it says 131, and I'm just looking at the times here because this came in at 133. So we'll have to read these all backwards from the way that they came in. Filed something here. We don't know what it is because it looks like it was blocked out. It says isn't this being heard tomorrow? It's a video conferencing hearing. This came in on October 6th at 12:24. He says, isn't this being heard tomorrow? Is this a video conference hearing? She says, all proposed orders from attorneys must be submitted via the e-portal. Attorney must submit via the e-portal a notice of hearing and said judicial assistant copy. Kindly provide the case number so I may reference it accordingly at 127. And then he puts in a bankruptcy court hearing right here. Puts in a bankruptcy court hearing. So we'll be reading these backwards so you can understand. That's what brought us to this. Bankruptcy court hearing. She looks at it, says all proposed orders from attorneys must be submitted via the e-portal. Attorney must submit via the e-portal notice of hearing. And this is whenever she says this case is not scheduled before Judge Grubb. And that's whenever he goes off on her about this. Yes. So next document. Oh yeah, this is just the first one. Then we've got this one where he says to her, he said, well, that's the same thing, which is, this is probably just an attachment on there. Akula Criminal Courthouse, kindly provide a case number. So yeah, this is the same thing. And says this is not scheduled before Judge Grubb. And that's whenever I thought you understood the subject referred to the bankruptcy reinstatement motion that's being heard tomorrow. Yeah. The stay, Mr. Hales can make YouTube content, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's the same document. So this got filed twice. Number 33. Let's start at the very beginning. Woo boy. So he says, please read the attached. And this comes in and it says, Jesus. So this comes in on the 7th. So first he sends one on the 6th. Now he's up at 11:37 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. He emails Candace Thomas, Lindsay Polk, Lynette Preston, Jerome Remisier, and an extension of Hales and Shockett's abuse. Interesting that he didn't include the attorney in any of these cases. He says, Ms. Polk, Ms. Thomas, Judge Grubb asked for an order denying the NPO, not awarding sanctions or making any findings of fact. Well, there was the judge had something very particular to say about that. He was just like, does it every time. They get all just juicy.
Fraudsters, scammers, and grifters, lend me your tears. I come to make your case worse, not to make it better. So saith Testicles, the clown bubbles.
Testicles on bubbles.
These people are such fucking retards.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you're these staff attorneys, the judicial assistants, and you see this kind of thing come in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This guy is He needs to go find whatever fucking horse kicked him in the head in the first place and have him kick it again. This guy is a fucking moron. You people over there need to stop listening to these fuckers. Stop listening to the flea. Stop listening to paint chips. Stop listening to vomit. Stop listening to fucking bubbles. Stop listening to Robbie, because none of them know their ass from a fucking hole in the ground.
They clearly don't.
And I'm going to clarify this again. Guaranteed, it is not uncommon at all. You've seen it happen before. Criminal indictments, criminal charges are going to be coming down. Guaranteed.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Stop listening to these fucking idiots.
Yes. I don't know why anybody is listening to them whenever they're sitting
and
there
stop
saying,
kissing. And quite honestly, I'll just put it out there. I'm tired of seeing people kiss John Cook's ass too. He's a fucking idiot. This motherfucker pulled out a weapon on an 8-year-old child and scared the shit out of her.
Yeah.
So fuck this motherfucker. Stop kissing his ass because he's just as big of a fucking dipshit.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And
the only thing that motherfucker deserves is to be skull fucked. That's about it.
Just like, tell us how you really feel,
Fuck that asshole.
Yes, I'm with you. Yeah, look at Laura, and she's looking at some serious jail time. Yeah, exactly what he said.
God damn.
I love it whenever Yamaha gets feisty. Don't sugarcoat it anymore, Yamaha.
I don't sugarcoat it to begin with. I think most people have figured that out. Oh, you're just a bunch of keyboard warriors. You wouldn't say, don't bet on the fact that I wouldn't say this shit to your fucking face, because I goddamn guarantee you fucking paint chips, fucking John Cook, fucking Gator Fister. I've seen and dealt with big and bad. None of you motherfuckers are it.
No, they're not.
So don't bet on one fucking second that I wouldn't say this shit to your face.
Oh, they are such little whiny bitches on this, though. And I mean, I've never been so absolutely.
This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yes. And now I had no idea. Now, last night, Yamaha came in. Not Yamaha, but Volstorm came in last night. And I was just like, I'm curious to see what these documents are. I had not seen them. All I saw was that something was entered in. I was like, oh, that's not good. I mean, if, and they're saying correspondent with the judge. And I'm like, oh, this is never a good thing whenever you see that. Ex parte communication with the judge. And
no.
And if Randy would have known that if he would have included Randy on these emails, that would be a totally different story. But he never did. Because then Randy could have responded to it. But he did this, so Randy had no idea this was going on. And the shade that he's trying to throw on him, throwing in all these documents that don't belong in there. Oh. Now, you have to remember, this came in on the 7th. So at this point in time, it was being taken into consideration. They had already canceled the hearing. They were going to rule on the documents. They were going to look at the documents and make a ruling according to the documents that were filed. So whenever he says that there's not awarding sanctions or making any finding of fact underlining such a award, nevertheless, Mr. Shockett added sanctions to the order as well as findings. Yes, because she was in default. She's been in default for quite some time. And as soon as that there was a space that they could schedule a hearing. They scheduled a deposition. She didn't show up for the deposition. And now you know who told her not to show up for the deposition. Because if he's doing this, that means that fucktard has been doing this the whole damn time. And he's doing it in other cases also. Like I said, I will not be one bit surprised if the judge in this case doesn't reach out to Bolitho, reach out to the Florida State Bar, that he doesn't reach out to the Connecticut State Bar, that he doesn't reach out to the Massachusetts State Bar or any other place that this guy has been and have a nice sit down with their judicial committees and say, this guy right here is doing things that are completely unhinged. Like this right here,
Yeah.
an ethics violation to the nth degree.
Well, these are just glaring examples, but I mean, he's been doing stupid shit like this for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is getting a bar to actually fucking do something about it.
Allergic to bullshit. I love it. Thank you, GP. I appreciate it for the super sticker. Yeah, I love it. He has a thing that says allergic to bullshit, and that's all it is. All of these filings are nothing but bull.
Yeah.
Like him emailing a judge, that goes against all kinds of. I mean, this is like ethics violations that you just can't back away from. And I will not be surprised one bit if this doesn't get brought up somewhere in Massachusetts, if it doesn't get brought up in Connecticut, if they're not sitting there going, what in the hell? You're representing our bar, our attorneys. You know, you're a representative of the kind of state that you're in. You're doing this kind of crap, and you're sitting there sending me emails. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Gifted Shizzy Wisdom membership. Let's just kick it for him, and I hope it doesn't echo.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh, every single day,
A new flavor of fuckery.
cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. All over again.
Thank you. Congrats, new member. Welcome. When a party file now, and he's trying to tell the judge how to do his job. How do you think that's going to go over with the judge? Telling him, well, you can't do this. You have to do this. And yes, I don't think this judge is going to be too impressed with him. When a party files an MPO, they have not completely failed to appear for deposition. Whenever they don't appear for deposition, they have failed to appear for a scheduled deposition. She failed to show up for a deposition that was scheduled. She didn't respond in a timely manner, and the way that she responded was garbage. And you know why it was garbage? Because Bubbles is the one that told her how to fucking write it. Wanted to stop by and say, hi, can you play me the birthday song? I'm 49 years old today and sick in bed. Oh, that sucks. From surgery on the back and ribs. Did you get kicked by a horse? Come on, man. That sucks so bad. I hate that for you. I'll give you a birthday song. How's that? I'll give her some good one. Oh, yeah. That's so good. No. Donna Shepherd, happy birthday.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday. It is your day. Happy birthday to you.
Nice. Happy birthday. That is awesome, Donna. It gets you feeling better. That sucks. I told you to stop Jello wrestling. At your age, you need to stop, calm down. No more Jello wrestling for you, at least for another 6 months until you healed up.
Right.
Jeremy Hill said that 29th 8 hours schedule is going to be epic. Yes. And she, that's the thing, is she can't get out of these. As much as she, even if the bankruptcy case is going on, does not mean that she can't sit down for a deposition. Nothing prevents her from sitting down for a deposition. How you doing? K-Mat Red Queen says, wonder why it took so long to be recorded into the file. Because the judge is probably pretty busy, and there's other things that judges have to do whenever something like this comes in. And that's why it takes a while for it to be put into the file. Because most likely he's never experienced someone like Bubbles, that because it is so out of the ordinary and unethical that whenever I'm sure as soon as he found out about it, he was just like, oh yeah, we have to, this has to be entered into the file. He's probably talking to the Florida State Bar to make sure that he's doing everything properly. He's notifying all the people that he has to, talking to the judicial committee, the people that he answers to, the ones that oversee him, letting them, notifying them about this kind of stuff. Yeah. These idiots don't understand, because they're sitting there going, well, I don't know, why, this is fine. Oh, dude. I'll have to tell you later. I've got a really great idea for a thumbnail, and I think I'm going to probably start using it. In essence, the court granted a motion for sanctions without an opportunity for Ms. Preston to even respond and no hearing. I suspect it didn't even realize it because Shockett slipped it in. No, he's not like Bubba's bunkmate. Okay. He doesn't just slip it in there. When the party files an MPO, they have not completely failed to appear, but she did completely fail to appear. Instead of canceling it. No, it doesn't. That right there does not matter. She is mandatory, required to be there. There was no time for the judge to respond to it, and you have to go on as if she is going to be there, because she was required to be there. It is by law. She is required to be there. Her coming back and saying, well, I didn't have to be there, I filed an excuse. The judge even denied her excuse. He denied her ability to skip out on this. He said, no, you will be here. Why do you think he sanctioned her? Your office continues to play into every scheme. So now he's accusing the judge of perpetrating this kind of scheme because he didn't get his way. Out of these court files, your office entered a default. Now you make Miss Preston have to file more motions. No, she doesn't have to file more motions. That's the thing, idiot. She does not have to file any more motions. She has to show up when she was told to show up. Now I think I know why the judge, and I could be wrong in this, but now I think I know why the judge called off the hearing. Because he's probably going to have some serious recourse for the idiot that pulled this shit. Oh, definitely, Donna. I have a feeling that's why he was just like, we're going to have a hearing on this, and he's probably checking with his schedule and looking at it and going, there's going to be hearing, and this asshole is going to show up here. Because we're gonna have a nice little conversation with Deucey. What do you want to bet?
It could be.
But
at the same time, like what was seen earlier today, somebody being required to be there, and totally different other case. But still. And then something came out of the side. Not to mention the fact of him being allowed to get away with this shit to begin with. His ass, and I know it's up to the courts or the judge's discretion or what have you, but they should have rounded his ass up because Randy got screwed over.
Oh, yeah.
He went and he faced the music. That was his reward for doing what he was supposed to do. He was getting fucked over. And this motherfucker was allowed to skate, and he's still out there doing stupid shit like this.
Yep. And all of this stuff
This
is
whole
going to
thing
be
is fucking ridiculous.
all of this is going to be entered into Fed 1, Fed 2. And from what Jeremy was saying, and I don't know the logistics of it because I just happened to have it on like ×2 speed as I was working on something else. He was like, what the shenanigans that they're playing means that they're probably going to co-join both Fed and Fed 2, Fed 1 and Fed 2 because of Bubbles reaching out to this judge like this. Because it's going to show that he's been behind a lot of this crap. That's not going to be pretty. The sanctions are based on the falsity that she failed to appear. No, she failed to appear. There's no falsity. She failed to appear as she was required to, with no notice that enabled them to avoid incurring the cost of the reporter. No, they were noticed. They were already noticed that there was going to be a court date. It was already noticed that they were supposed to be there. It was already noticed that there was going to be a court reporter there. And then on October 1st at 5:24, Ducey wrote, "I can't believe you're unable to do something to make sure the judges see what's happening. Both of you are fully aware of it. Preston had her own TPO versus Hales before Judge DeThomas's. Yeah, Judge DeThomas's was removed.
That's irrelevant. Yeah,
this is irrelevant to this case. Absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah, he was overturned and removed for a reason because he was acting improperly.
Yes, there's a reason why they are recording these is because they want to make sure that it is understood the bullshit that they're pulling. And this drives him up the wall. There is going to be video recording in all of these. They're not federal cases. In the federal case, that's completely different. You'll have to ask for a request to have those video recorded. And I don't see that the judge isn't going to deny it. I think the judge will completely agree with it whenever he sees the kind of shenanigans that these people are pulling. I don't know the judge. Maybe, maybe not. But it goes to show the kind of things that they're absolutely doing. Nobody would have known anything about that deposition if it was just done by a transcript. Nobody would have seen any of it. None of you people would be aware of the kind of shenanigans that she's pulled, because you would be reading the document and going, well, it sounds like he's being mean to her. He wasn't being mean to her. He was asking her questions. He was telling her to stop deleting documents, things that were discoverable. And she didn't. She just continued to delete shit.
Well, and then the whole thing that I've talked about before, she said right there in that deposition that she had no way to communicate with Jeremy Hales. This was that at that time, if I remember right, she said something to the effect of, "Oh, this is my third phone within a month," or whatever she said, something to that effect.
And she sent a text.
I have no emails. I deleted everything. I have no way to get a hold of him. And then what does she do after saying that? She turns around and texts him. So to sit there and say that they were lying about that is complete and utter horse shit.
Yeah.
She's the one that was fucking lying yet again.
Exactly. See, the thing is they don't like sunlight being shown on their shenanigans.
No.
Because whenever it's brought out and the sunlight shines on it, it is the biggest disinfectant, and they can't handle it. The moldy, crusty sons of bucks cannot handle it. They cannot handle the sunlight being brought out and exposing them for the kinds of frauds, fakes, shenanigans, all the bullshit that they're doing. That's what hurts them the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because had it not been for Fleesa out there saying, "Oh no, we're raising money for the fence. We're doing this for Lynette. We're doing this for the child. We're doing this for the barn. We're doing it for a place to live for Lynette. We're doing all of this for her." They've got it on tape. Every single bit of it. And whenever people are pulling that stuff up, they're going, okay, they're actually raising money And then all of a sudden she flips and she says, well, we don't have any money. Well, there's no money. And the money that was supposed to come in was coming to me anyway. It wasn't for this. Oh, there's not that much money there. How many lies have we heard? And it comes to the point where you're like, I don't believe a single word that you say. Because you lie about your lie and then continue to lie about the lie that you're lying about. And then you lie again about the lie that you just lied about.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that if Lynette sues her to get her damn money back, that they're going to use that to hire an attorney to sue her. I mean, make it make sense, because none of that. There's no money there, but all of a sudden there's money there to hire an attorney to sue Lynette, to hire an attorney if she sues you to get her money back.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Please read the attached. He must have lied to get his Florida bar license, and more bullshit. October 7th, 11:37 in the morning. We're not done because we have one more document. Yeah. Document number 34. This is the doozy. Whenever I say it's a doozy, he decides that he's going to attach his pleading. Because if he tries to say that that's her pleading, no, this is his fucking writing. This is his fucking pleading. Look at the writing. Look at the writing. Right here. Look at it. Does it change? All of the things that he's saying, this is coming straight from his mouth. Prove me wrong, bitch. Prove to me that this isn't you writing these documents for, huh? Prove to me that this isn't you writing this crap out. What does that say right there? What does that say? Free assistance? I don't think it's free. How you getting paid there, Doocy? How you getting paid?
Yeah. It's a very sad joke.
And yet again, another filing. Doocy to Candace, Lynette, two Lynettes. He's using multiple email addresses for her. And then, of course, he's got down here external Granger v. Granger, order granting default September 20th. Answers, defenses, counterclaims, September 15th, 2025 motion to set aside. Miss Thomas, once again, I alert you to the error in entry of default. The order for default entered September 20th is based on the following findings. The court further finds that despite proper notice, defendant has failed to file or serve any responsive pleading or otherwise defended this action. Absolutely correct. And it does not matter. It does not matter that she filed this 2 days after, the day before. She was already out of time. She was already out of time. By the time that Randy asked for a default motion, and then all of a sudden she decides that Bubbles, you fucked up. You and your delay bullshit fucked her over. Who's screwing who? I think he's got a thing for her, man. I think he wants to get in that bony butt, man. Just crack it open. She was a stripper. It's like he's like, I got some corn for you, sweetheart. Come on over here. Dog collar and a cattle prod. Did Mr. Shockett draft that order as well? No, it looks like that you drafted this document and sent it to the judge. Sent it to the court. If so, he purposely included this false filing for the judge's signature. If not, then he's free of blame in this instance, unlike the other matter in which he machinated a sanctions order based on falsely including the order that Miss Preston completely failed to appear for a notice deposition when in fact he had advance notice and chose to incur the cost of a court report just so he could make the motion for sanctions. It's extremely even after filing your pleading, Miss Preston must deal with the consequences of the entry of default as if she had not filed her pleading prior to the default being entered. She diligently filed a motion to set aside on September 25th, yet the default has not been set aside. Every day it remains more stress for her and more YouTube content for Mr. Hales. No, you know what it is? Your shenanigans, your filing with the court has given us plenty of YouTube content. All of you fucktards that want to go out there and file bullshit, you are the ones giving us YouTube content.
Exactly.
Every single day that you screw up and you do this kind of bullshit, that every single time that you are screwing people over, you are giving us the content.
Yeah. Well, and they keep blaming Jeremy Hales for that too. And no, they don't need his help.
Fucking check.
They keep doing it themselves. They're the ones that keep putting the content out there. But stupid shit just like this.
Every damn time.
Or even when it isn't something like this, just some benign court filing, and people want to read it over, and then they go ape shit and start screaming about all kinds of stupid shit. That's defamation. No, these are court filings.
I mean, from what I understand, I watched this so you don't have to. These people are out there saying that the judge in Fed Case 2, Judge Bolitho, is biased because he is allowing them to perfect service properly because they've given proof. Yeah. And they're calling him biased.
And was given more than what they asked for. Because of it.
I mean, I don't think they understand the kind of they definitely don't understand the legal world whatsoever.
No.
Because if they had a damn clue about it, they would know that they want to try a case on its fucking merits. Okay? That's one of the biggest things with all of these court cases. Judges are going, usually they won't even grant a dismissal unless it's just so egregious that there's no other way to get around it. Generally, they are not going to do anything in these situations. You know, they want the case to move forward. They want to try it on the merits. Now, more than likely.
Well, and they were told that how long ago? Letho even said that. How long ago now?
Oh, yeah.
That this wasn't getting dismissed.
Yeah.
And yet, according to these morons, all this shit should have went away months ago, almost a year ago.
It could have, if there wasn't so many fucking delays by none other than dipshit right here. Dipshit has caused all the delays.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said the other night, he sat there and he bragged, what was it, on the first one? Whichever one that pertains to. Getting it delayed for 5 months. Well, congratulations, dumbass.
Yeah. You ended up running right into a government shutdown. That delayed the damn bankruptcy coming back in. That was some grand conspiracy, I guess, by Randy also, and by Jeremy. Jeremy planned the government shutdown, guys.
Yeah.
Just
he's paying off the courts. Yeah, he's holding up Congress and
Mr. Big Money Banks here still hadn't paid me.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. They're not getting paid in cash. They're getting paid in the subscribers. Do you guys subscribe to me because of Jeremy, or do you subscribe to me because you know I'm a complete moron? I hope
Right?
it's because I'm a complete moron.
Well, we've talked about that before.
Ah,
The subscriber counts in and of itself don't mean anything.
No. It if you're providing something for people, they will come by. They will watch what you do.
Mhm.
I don't have to have crystals. Matter of fact, I'm really anti-crystal. I mean, I did have a dog named Crystal. She lived to be 15 years old. She was absolutely adorable. But that's the only crystal that I've ever owned. I remember dating this girl. I was like, oh, let me read your palms or tarots or something. I was like, you have at it. I don't care. Like, then I messed with my wife today. Was it today or yesterday? No, it had to be yesterday. We're sitting at the table and she goes, God, your hands are so big. And I was just like, yeah, that right there is my love line. And that's my health. And that one. And she was looking at me. She's like, I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff. I looked at her. I was like, I'm making shit up. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
She goes, well, you sounded very convincing. And I was like, well, I don't know why. We're here because we love you. And Yamaha. Everybody loves the Yamaha. I mean, come on.
Hey.
Thank you very much, Blake. No, I mean, we try to give people a little bit of entertainment. At least I hope you're entertained. I mean, most of the time I am. Speaking of getting entertained, you ready?
Oh.
I do have
a
a
letter?
letter. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. And, this is the open letter for paint chips.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
There we go. Now tell me
There
if you can hear the music before I do anything. Because if you're not able to hear it or it starts acting funky, I'll stop it.
Welcome to.
Can you hear that?
Oh, I could hear that.
How about this?
Yeah. Now
That
we got
work?
that there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, though. When I talk, it's cutting out.
Okay. We won't do that then. We will do it the old fashioned way because there's nothing that I like more than having that clean, clear, sultry voice.
Open letter to Paint Chips, Luthman Jr., the ghostwriter who used Dad as a meat puppet and still flubbed the script. Oh, I'm not going to call him honey. Hey, fucktard, Paint Chips, you disbarred knob-gobbling little ghostwriter. Listen up, you shit stain, because this is going to sting worse than the first night in prison. Oh, it's going to pinch a little. You didn't just fumble the ball, fat boy. You tripped over it, face-planted into the end zone, and blamed the grass for being too green while hiding behind Daddy's skirts. A federal judge eyeballed your amateur crap show, let out a judicial sigh, and dropped the hammer. This ain't free speech. It's free clownery from a disbarred dick diddler. I like that one better. The court rubber-stamped the magistrate smackdown you desperately tried to scratch out, ordered your sock puppet dad to quit vandalizing the case caption with your playground taunts, and yeeted your bench, the judge hissy fit, into the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Then, just to mop up your whiny explosion, the court handed out the only homework that counts. Pinpoint which Luthman these plaintiffs are actually after, by hard deadline. That's what happens when a judge confiscates your clown nose and swaps it for a dunce cap etched with disbarred.
Hard.
Mm-hmm. And we all know Dad didn't pen that motion. You did, you spineless fucking piece of shit shadow squatter. You stylistic stint wafts like expired Axe body spray mixed with desperation sweat. The rhythm screams you. Those triple exclamation panic attacks, a sideshow huckster flair slapped over wafer-thin case law. The way you fling First Amendment around Like it's a get out of jail free card for bad behavior. Every ghostwriting gig from you leaks the same red flags. Patching leaks with constitutional duct tape. Stuffing adverbs where evidence belongs. And treating captions like your personal graffiti wall. You poo Picasso painter. Newsflash, courts operate on facts and formality, not your flair for flame wars or your prison love fantasies. Oh, wait. Is that why you're so eager to recuse everyone? Dreaming of that sweet federal lockdown romp in the sack while hiding like a little bitch? Gotta get some of that Bubba lovin'. You pivoted this mess into a sob story about my feelings. Spoiler, judges don't do therapy sessions. They're all about jurisdiction, protocol, proof, and whether the toddlers in the room can hold color inside the lines without sharpieing devil horns on the leader. That order? It's basically a report card for the kid who ate all the glue sticks in a family-sized bag of paint chips. With a little arsenic wallpaper licking for dessert, apparently. No more doodling drama in the caption. Drop the potty mouth pro se. Heel, fetch, and yet you strut around like it's a trophy because nobody slapped cuffs on you mid-rant.
Mm-hmm.
Fool. When a court has to spell out, don't file filth, it's not debating free expression. It's loading the sanctioned cannon with your track record. You'll be trading barbs for bunkmates in the big house. Whispering sweet nothings into your pillow while crying. Now, face down, ass up. That's the way he likes to wrestle. Your recuse the magistrate stunt. That's like whining to the ref after striking out, demanding a new ump because the ball was mean. The judge didn't swat it away. He ignored it, like the sideshow flea show. Courts loathe nothing more than crybabies trying to referee shop after eating a loss. That's not lawyering. That's toddler tantrum in a tie. You disbarred moron, still chasing that prison yard courtship you romanticized in your fevered filings. I really do. I think he's just heartbroken over Bubba.
It is.
The dead giveaway wasn't your word salad. It was the desperation dripping off every page. Dad's stuff usually reads like a sleepy plea for pity or for his night nurse. Yours, it's a caged tiger pacing, swiping at shadows and mugging for an invisible audience.
That he can't get.
Yeah. You script like you're gunning for a rebel litigator in a B-movie mock trial. Then Cap catches on the door frame and you eat carpet over a basic rule. I don't know if I'd use that one in there. Whatever. You bloated a caption into a Bill of Rights rant. Waved your pocket-sized constitution like a magic wand. Fattius disappears. And watch the court deflate it to format properly. Scrub the smut. And quit burning billable hours. If the First Amendment had a lawyer, it'd sue you for defamation of character, especially after you turned it into cover for your ghostwritten grift. Let's roast that caption obsession, since you're obsessed with turning it into your personal bumper sticker. A caption's just the label on the file folder. Practical. Plain. No frills. You treated it like a neon sign in a dive bar.
Oh, I
The
bet
court,
it did.
yeah,
Probably had something to do with the Blue Oyster Club.
probably.
Ding, ding, ding.
The court didn't whisper, "Please stop." It bellowed, "Never again," and etched the etiquette in stone so your selective reading couldn't miss it. When a judge has to babysit your caption manners, you're not practicing law. You're the mess the paralegals sweep up, you paint chip-eating fool. And you can't practice law anyway, fucktard.
No, you can't.
And you cram Dad's name into it like the piece of shit that you are.
Dad
fake
is not much better.
mustache. Yeah, well, yeah. He's going along with it, yeah. And
Yeah.
charged in to the buzzsaw. Why? Because ambiguity is your best friend. Clarity pops your balloon animal. So you drowned it in drivel to dodge the date. The judge clocked your chaos and assigned a simple chore. That's not a slap. That's spring cleaning. It's also code for, you're not the plot twist we trust anymore. You're the punchline headed for a cell block serenade.
Yeah. I bet he is. Or a scream.
That's not a nose, Cyrano. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. So keep trying to turn dockets into your personal drama stream. A filing ain't your Substack. The order spelled it out crystal. Crystal. Magistrate shut down your shtick. You wheeled in the damn dummy defense, and the district judge co-signed. Affirmed. Overruled. Zip it. You bombed the motion and the mood. The bench basically said, park it in the adult section or enjoy the naughty step. Rant. Oppression on your vlog later in court. You followed the script you didn't write. You loser goon still simping for that orange jumpsuit soulmate.
I was going to call this something else. Punch.
The real gut punch isn't your flop. It's how you drag family into your fiasco and use them as flak jackets when the bench bites back. That's low even for you. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not so much.
I just,
You crave the director's chair for your ego epic, but keep mooching signatures. Daddy's no attorney, and neither are you. He's no ventriloquist dummy, but you definitely like it in the ass. Now he's the billboard for your screw-up with the order sharping cease and desist across his rep. That's not bold. That's borrowing bravery while hiding in the bushes, dreaming of conjugal visits you'll never get. Do the world a solid. Quit turning Dad into your crash test decoy. Ditch stapling your ego trips to motions. Want to brawl? Do it with evidence, clean formatting, and points that don't reek of Reddit rage or prison yard poetry. Or keep clowning and watch your ramblings ricochet as exhibits in your own vexatious litigation tab. Think the court won't throw your quotes back at you? This order's the appetizer. The tab's got a stapler waiting. And a bunk bed for your future roomie. And skip the First Amendment forever preach fest. It shields speech, sure, but not your sloppy slander as sacred text, nor your caption carnage as canon, and not your blogger badge as a bench pass for disbarred drafter chasing cell block smoochies.
I like
The
that.
judge didn't gag you, but I'm pretty sure he likes it. He just evicted the elephant from the courtroom. So, one last olive branch. Ugh, whatever. If you're hell-bent on scripting, autograph your own disasters. Don't ghost a gripe. Mail it in kin's casing. And feign shock at the return to sender. Your prose, your prints, your pratfall. It'll loop till you grasp. Advocacy versus absurdity. Caption versus cryfest. Courtroom versus circus. Wearing Velcro sneakers and a foil hat because, well, someone's got to read the room better than you. Even if I'm licking the windows. Shizzy Wiznut, chief custodian of chaos. Occasional crayon connoisseur on the express bus to nowhere. The window taster who outsmarts you.
And most definitely would not want to be your daddy.
Fucking daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
dirty.
Don't come
Dirty. What?
all over.
I'm so close, bro. I'm so close.
Deep off
I go really deep.
I feel dirty.
Don't come. I'm gonna come.
I was wondering who that was at first. I only caught part of it. I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh my god! I hadn't seen some of these in such a long time, and I was with Fallstorm last night. You know, just because we were in the back room, and I was showing him this thing that I was working on, and I totally forgot some of these that I had them. I was like this one here, MG's intro.
How we doing this morning, Consul?
I'm a little upset about a bad sexual episode I had last night.
Well, you're still young. It'll happen more and more. In the meantime, what do you say we get down to business?
I totally forgot that. or the one that I had, like this one right here.
Mm-hmm. That one was funny. I forget what that one was about. It was doing
about an airplane.
That's right. Yeah, he was giving some witness statement about some airplane.
Oh my god. I used that in a couple of songs. That little thing. It was good. I was just like, man, I hadn't seen some of these in forever, you know.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
That one was usually used. Didn't I come from Nick?
No, that was from well, I think Nick had that one also.
Yeah, I think he used that one too.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. And this is the one I was looking for because I redid this song. I redid this song right here. Man, I was looking for this last night and I couldn't find it. Check this out.
In the heart of the city where the lights shine bright.
Okay. So that's pretty good, right? You're like, oh yeah, that was the whenever I was covering Dalton. Remember that, right? In Chicago, Mayor Hayworth. Is her name?
The crate. Yeah.
Cray.
Her, yeah.
So I actually redid that song. I mean, and I did I think a really good job of it. And I'll let me see. I think I've got it right.
Well, don't break your fucking arm patting yourself on the back.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's actually much better than it came out much better than I thought. I was like, well, let me see. All right. So this is what I did with it because I was like, I've got to do something better.
In the heart of the city where the lights shine bright, there's a tale unfolding under the cover of night. The Federal Bureau, they've come to play, investigating whispers in the light of day. Oh, Mayor Henyard, what have you done? The FBI's here and they're looking for someone.
I mean, that's much better. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I don't remember the original though.
Oh, well, I'll play it for you later or something. I mean, all that to say, you guys, this has been one of the craziest days. You know, if you hadn't been following this stuff, today was definitely the day to hear all about it.
Yeah.
And it just,
I mean, well, you know, when you guys are making reference about something that, you know, was back, I didn't realize that it was going to be this fucking stupid. I mean, this guy's,
oh yeah. Well, and I posted about this up on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. I was just like, I mean, this is unbelievable that the court that somebody is abusing the judicial system like this.
I mean, it was bad enough. We could see how this stuff was going. It was bad enough with the other shit that they were doing. It was bad enough with paint chips. But then to see this shit, oh my God. This is just... And like I said, for me at least, this makes it even worse because of what took place before. Where Randy got fucked over because he did what he was supposed to do and showed up, and he took the beating like a man. And this little fucking pussy ass skated out with every fucking excuse under the sun, like the little fucking cocksucking pussy that he is.
Well, it's
and then this shit.
Here's the thing: the judge still hasn't ruled on the sanctions.
Well, and that could be up to their discretion. I mean, technically, they could wait until after all this is over and said and done.
They could wait until
or whenever,
lifted.
Which I think has, in my opinion, has been a big mistake because it's allowed this motherfucker to continue doing shit like this. And some people are like, "Oh, well, but that's okay," because no, it doesn't help.
It's not.
It doesn't help.
No,
but he's just giving them more evidence. This shit should have put a stop to it long ago.
Yep. He's let it get way out of hand. Like, you would not have seen paint chips filing dumb shit in court if the judge would have already stepped in and put a quash to their bullshit.
Yeah.
Like immediately, as soon as this stuff started, as soon as Bubbles was sitting there going, "I'm not going to fucking show up because I'm afraid of being arrested."
Yeah.
Be like,
my wife this or my daughter that or whatever. Yeah.
Especially whenever the judge is like, this is what it takes to get here. You are required to be here, and he still didn't show up. At that point, the judge should put a warrant out for his arrest, and held him in contempt of court then and there.
You just got a hold of the district judge and put that out, and
didn't do it. Didn't do it. Knock, knock, FBI. Oh, I've got that one too. I think I do have the FBI one. Pretty sure I've got the FBI. I do have the seagulls, which is pretty good. And then this one.
You stick in your 2 fingers like this, and then place your thumb on top like so. That will increase the pleasure.
Oh, I got some good stuff in here.
Yeah. That's kind of one of those things, it becomes a hidden treasure trove. You put this stuff away and you totally forget about it until you come across it.
I mean, I think this is my old intro or outro right here. This is the one I had for the longest time.
In the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching.
Yeah, so you remember that one? Yeah. That one. Then, but see, that's not my music. It's a good intro and outro, but not my music. But speaking of outros, everybody have a wonderful night. I will see you guys. I can almost guarantee there's going to be more shenanigans happening tomorrow. I would not doubt it. If not, then I will see you guys. Man, if there's no shenanigans tomorrow, I might do like a gaming stream. Yeah. On my gaming channel. See how well it works. We'll see. All right, everybody.
See you later, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent free. It's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. Your paddle traveling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen, caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
All right, almost